Who is our line producer to hold the ball or so they won't enter it before?
Emily is the TOC.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yep, she's scared to death.
Here we go.
Lisa, she's scared to death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the completely bald kid. Yep, that's him.
Now, I don't know Jamel Madison. I don't know what he looks like.
Okay, let me see if I can find a photo of him.
What's up, Coach? Thanks again, buddy. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Rodney, thank you. Appreciate you.
Coach, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Hey,
yes,
partner,
sir.
what's up, pal? Good, how are you?
I love you,
I'm good. I love you, too. I'll see you after the game, okay?
I would have
Okay, I'll find you after the game, buddy. Love you, too, partner.
Sweet.
Jamel Madison, Overton. They might have, no, they're looking for him.
Okay.
Number 1, of course, they're not wearing. No, it's not.
Maybe that's. I can ask
He's
Boogie.
short, isn't he, little?
Yeah, he's 5'7".
We're trying to spot him. I don't know if that's him. Do you know this guy? You want to ask him?
Yeah. Hey, Boogie. Boogie.
Hey, Boogie.
Right here.
The big guy.
Hey, Coach. Which one is Jamel? I don't know. I know what number, but where does he? Oh, right there.
Okay.
Awesome.
So they got him.
You got him. That's Jamel. Yep. Oh, wow. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. Kind of snuck up a little bit, didn't it?
Hurry up and wait and go.
I'm going to use the bathroom. You just do the open, will you?
Yeah. I hope we look okay. Here we go.
So are we doing that? Tonight on MyTV30's season opener of Sonic High School Hoops presented by South College. The spotlight centers around Overton High School and District 11 in Nashville. The Overton Bobcats are 7-7 overall, looking for their first district win. They host not just one of the top teams in the area, but the entire state, the Hillsboro Burros, with a 16-4 record and a lineup loaded with seniors. And welcome in, everybody. So great to have you with us, and we are thrilled to be kicking off another year of high school hoops here on MyTV30, really over the last 5-7 years.
Yeah, you're talking about a group of seniors that have not lost a district game in 2 years. I mean, so success just is bred there. I mean, Coach Rodney Three's done a great job with that program. This group of seniors, there's 9 of them. I mean, they're just tremendous in every sense of everything that you would want out of young men in your program.
They've got guys, not only senior starters, but guys who've been starting 3, in some cases 4 years that we're going to see tonight. They're rated number 3 in the latest Tennessee AP poll, so it's a loaded Burros team. Let's take a look at some of our featured players that we're going to spotlight tonight. No shortage of options here, starting with Cortez Graham Howard.
Cortez Graham Howard, I mean, just really is a do-it-all type of player for Hillsboro. North Alabama signee, 6'5", can do everything. Can handle the basketball, can start the break, defends at a high level, but he also leads the Burros in scoring as well. When they need a basket, he's the guy that provides for them.
He's been starting since he was a freshman. It feels like he's been in high school for 7-8 years now. He's been so good in this program. Tonight, Overton needs a big night from Jamel Madison.
Yeah, Jamel Madison really steps in and takes on a bigger role. I mean, he's really a 5'7". He's the glue to this team. He's their toughness factor is really driven through him. You can see that he leads them in scoring at 13.5 points per game, but he leads them in steals. He leads in assists, but it's really his leadership courage that Coach Hobson really taps into as it relates to Jamil and what he does to impact winning.
He was new to their program last year, having moved from Detroit. He has definitely taken on a bigger load this year. Now let's look at the South College path to success for each team in tonight's game. South College, where dreams find direction. Hillsboro, all about the tempo and trying to play with their type of pace.
Absolutely. This is going to be on the offensive end and the defensive end, but what Hillsboro loves to do is really take that defensive energy and convert it with great pace and verticality into the offensive end of the floor. They're going to play with great pace. They're going to want to get the ball up and down the floor and really speed the game up and create more possessions tonight against Overton. And then to contrast that is Overton wants to control the pace. You could look for longer possessions, shortening the possession count, a lot of passes, and then they have to believe tonight because they would be the underdog coming into this game. Hillsboro, we know all about them, but can they believe and will they compete on every possession with great belief that they can come out of here with a victory tonight?
We've got two very proud Metro Nashville programs, rich school histories to get us going tonight for our season opener of high school hoops on My TV 30. The Burros and the Bobcats are coming up next. Make it till you make it. Wow. The stuff that goes on behind the scenes and the viewers have no idea, you know? I mean,
Are we back on camera?
I don't know. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. It was good.
That was
it was
fun.
like we were back in the saddle again.
Like we've done it before.
Get a quick warning countdown, and it's like, okay, here we go.
Well, my mind, there's new reads because some of the different elements are sponsored differently this year.
Okay.
And I started to lead to Cortez Graham, and I was like, wait a minute, is there a read for this? That's why I didn't have my best lead in for him to you, but you picked me up.
And I forgot too if you wanted me to pitch you back for Overton's
No, I
keys
think you
or
did
just
it
go
great.
ahead and roll
Yeah,
through.
I think you did it great.
Okay.
I think there's no need for me to come back. Bobcats for our season opener of high school hoops here on My TV 30. Great to have you with us tonight, wherever you may be. The girls' game was a tight game for about the first three quarters until Hillsboro pulled away. And so that game with some drama and the pace that it had has put the boys' game a little bit behind schedule. And so the guys still getting their time to get the shots up here at Overton High School. But it should be a fun atmosphere, spotlighting Region 6 and District 11 here in Class 4A. Let's take a look at tonight's Sonic starting lineups. Live free, eat Sonic. Now, normally for Hillsboro, if fully healthy, it'd be a 5 senior lineup. But you're going to see sophomore Lonnie Holland tonight because the Burros are dealing with an injury to senior guard Jalen Hurd. He's been dealing with an ankle issue. He gives them 7 points per game and a couple of assists. So there's one sophomore to go with the 4 seniors. And Drew, we already talked about Cortez Graham, and we see him on the screen right there. They've got 2 other guys who are going to play college basketball of some variety, and Tyron Fisher and Xavier Washington. Part of what makes the Burros just so loaded.
Absolutely. And when you look at Fisher, you have to think about this, Jeff. He leads in minutes played, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, and field goal percentage. So it's like Swiss Army knife, do everything for this team, just does a tremendous job. And as you said, Xavier Washington. So when you think about Hillsboro, you got to take into consideration the size element. They bring such length and force to
6'5". Max Bertner is 6'6". They've got the length. Not just to be a good team in this area, but to have state title aspirations, no?
Absolutely. I mean, and, they came off last year disappointed because they made it to the sub-state. This was a group that's made it to the state tournament, 2 of the last 4 or 5 years? Yep. And they were right there. They were knocking on the door. They were had home court advantage. And Cortez Graham Howard goes down with a little bit of an ankle injury in that game, and so that taste has been left in their mouth this entire offseason through the summer. And in fact, talking to Coach 3 yesterday, he talked about those 6 a.m. workouts, this group coming in on their off days, over the weekends, just an extremely close-knit group of kids that have really bought into the celebration of each other and really want to see each other do really well.
They come in at 16-4. They played a loaded schedule, as we'll talk about, too. Let's take a look at the Bobcats of Overton. Now, they've got 3 returning starters. They lost a lot, having graduated Will Carter Jr. and Kyrie Christian. But Riley Menas, a 6'1 senior, is back. Jamel Madison, who we've talked about, a 5'7 junior point guard, is back. And Wesley Howard at 6'1 is a senior forward standout football player back in their starting lineup. So the 2 new starters are William Livingston and Taj McLemore. How are they going to go about this tonight?
And I think those are the 2 guys. I mean, if you're going to combat what Hillsboro is going to do, when you look at the points per game and the production of Overton, they average 54 points a game. And we came out of the open with Jamel Madison at 13 points, but those 2 guys are the next 2 leading scorers at just over 7 points per game. And so one of those guys are going to have to step up and provide some secondary production. And I think that's got to be the 2. It's got to be Livingston or it's got to be McLemore that really emerges in this game for Overton to have a chance.
One interesting component that we'll keep an eye on as we talk about the length of Hillsboro. Overton then has to be quick and pesky. They average 11 steals per game. Their defense is going to have to go about it tonight in a way that really makes life rough for the Burros if they're going to pull this off.
That's such a great point, and it really takes on the personality of John Hobson, their coach. I mean, they really do follow their leader, and if you know anything about John Hobson, following his career, he was a walk-on player at MTSU for Kermit Davis, who really influenced a lot of his coaching philosophies. We know Kermit Davis and the defensive mind that he has, but also John Hobson served under Doc Shelton, the legendary coach at Martin Luther King, and so then this team takes on that personality.
Yeah, John Hobson's got Boogie Yates on his staff again this year, former MTSU teammate of his. And, of course, Rodney Thweet. Nobody's been doing it better in Metro Nashville and boys basketball than Coach T. Coach Thweet, 18 years now at Hillsboro. 24th year overall. And again, they've got big-time aspirations this year to try to get to that state tournament. Should be a fun one tonight here with Hillsboro and Overton as we close in toward the opening tip. John Hobson and the Bobcats, and there's Rodney Thweet. 18 years now at Hillsboro. The longevity and just the consistent winning. You talk about building a true program where you can have guys like Cortez Graham Howard starting as a freshman, but not in some sort of a rebuild, winning games with young starters.
Yeah, Coach Threet's been incredible. In my career, when I was at CPA, he was one that I always leaned on. And when we would go to the state tournament, a lot of times we would try to get together and even scrimmage against one another because we had such great respect for what he did, the way he does it, the way he coaches these players. And you'll see it tonight. You'll see their culture, and that is driven from leadership. And he has driven into that school community what it means to be prideful to play for this school.
And Overton led for the 7th year in a row by the guy we were just talking about, John Hobson. There's Hoppy, and he and his former teammate Boogie getting it done on this staff. Malik Owens, a first-year assistant coach for John Hobson as well. He's a first-time head coach with this role. here at Overton. 2 years, as you mentioned, at MLK. Played there under Doc Shelton, part of a state championship team. He talks about how Doc is such a father figure to him. He was a Maplewood assistant for a few years as well, John Hobson. And the Overton Bobcats on their home floor tonight, taking on the Hillsboro Burros. And there's life of the head coach.
Yeah,
You're
doing
getting ready for the
everything.
game and bringing chairs out.
Went and filled up a water bottle, picked up a bench chair.
Yeah, I mean,
you do whatever it
if
takes.
somebody needs a chair or it's not set up the way you want it, the head coach, never too big to move chairs around before a game. That's what it's like as a high school coach.
I'll tell you, it was really cool to hear Coach Threet talk about John Hobson and the job he has done. I mean, we asked what his impression was of what Coach Hobson's doing here at Overton, and he said, when I watch his team play, he had the highest compliment about them. They stick together. They play really hard. He used the word unity. He used the word compete. He used the word execute. It's like the perfect recipe of what you want to see from a coach. Really, really beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Overton at 7-7, 0-1 in the district. Hillsboro's not taking them lightly tonight because I don't think Coach Threet would let them approach it that way out of his respect for what John Hobson's got with the way his guys play.
And equally as such, to your point, too, what Coach Threet was telling us, he thinks there's another level that they can even go to. Even with this success, they're 16-4 and played the most difficult schedule, he said, in his time there. But he really believes this team has another gear that it can go to, another element. He used the term going from really good to great. And there's a gap there, and he wants to see this team really emerge in the next couple of weeks as they move towards a march towards Murfreesboro.
That was a fascinating line. I'm curious your thoughts, being a former coach, the idea of how the biggest jump is to go from really good to great. I never really thought about it that way, but it makes perfect sense.
Absolutely, because as a human, it's oftentimes easy to just take on the consideration that good is good enough. And a lot of times we can get away with it in these games, or maybe we'll overmatch or overpower, but he's playing the long game, and he's playing with March in his sights, and he's been there before, so he knows what it takes.
Our referees tonight are Mike Perham, Doug Rominger, and Stephen Smith. Hillsboro Road in black with the green and yellow. Overton on their home floor in the white. 4A, Region 6, District 11 for our Hillsboro, averaging just shy of 60 points a game. Here's Cortez Graham Howard. This is Xavier Washington. Back cut to Howard, and he couldn't get it down. And he averages a couple of dunks every game. He lives above the rim. Cortez Graham Howard. He can play any position on the floor. He's defending Jamel Madison right now in the Burros man-to-man.
It's a beautifully executed play. It just didn't go down, but I love that first set, really taking advantage of the overplaying of Overton. Hillsboro got a layup opportunity.
Taj McLemore saving it, and then a foul against Xavier Washington. So our first foul of the night.
These teams are defending extremely hard. The first two possessions were incredible to see the defensive intensity.
William Livingston gives to Riley Menas. And now on the other side, Taj McLemore. McLemore got it down. It's 2-0 Bobcats.
That's tough. We just talked about McLemore and Livingston are going to be crucial in this game. Good to see that those 2 points go down.
McLemore gives them close to 8 per game and 6 boards. Now a steal by Overton. It's a 2-on-1. Menas lost it out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Burros. Another look at our first points of the night.
Look at this nice drive here by McLemore. Sets up with a nice jab step, gets 2 feet in the paint, plays off with great balance, jumps up and elevates and knocks that nice little 5-foot jump shot down.
Overton was in this gym on Tuesday, lost to Cane Ridge 60-47, had a size disadvantage in that game, much like they'll face tonight. And the Burros are on the board. That's the sophomore getting the start for the injured Jalen Hurd. Lonnie Holland ties us at 2.
Great offense. It was just great flow, great motion, nice curl cut finish.
Menas lost it out of bounds. Pesky hands there by the Burros on D with Tyron Fisher in that length.
Watch that nice little curl cut off the elbow, but Hillsboro running a nice continuity flow offense there. 2 curl cuts, and Lonnie Holland, the benefactor of it.
Here's Bergner for 3. He's one of their terrific shooters. 45% from downtown. Now Madison finds an open McLemore, but he was short on it. Up ahead, and that might have been last touch by Bertner. It's going to stay with Hillsboro. They're going to rule it was off of McLemore. And Cortez Graham Howard will inbound. Graham Howard, a 4-year starter. All-State last year, preseason All-State this year. From the corner, Lonnie Holland making the most of a chance tonight.
Lonnie Holland came into this game averaging 2.8 points per game. Already has 5 on the board.
And only 13 minutes per game. They are not incredibly deep because they get so much from their senior-led lineup. They'll go about 8 deep. Livingston missed it. Tapped out to Graham Howard. Here's where Fisher got met upstairs. Graham Howard follows it up, and he's got his first basket.
Nice hard drive there. Great defense on the block, but Cortez Graham Howard there with the pickup.
7-2 Burroughs as John Hobson calls a timeout for Overton.
I'm sure Coach Hobson wasn't very pleased with that out-of-bounds defense. That's too easy. Just a simple pass to the strong side corner for that 3, and then you can see Overton, nice primary defense, getting that block shot, but you got to finish the possession out. Cortez Graham Howard there, right place, right time for 2 points.
This Hillsboro team has played the toughest schedule that man who's been doing this for about 20 years has said they've ever had. They've already beaten the 4A champ from last year, Independence. They beat the 1A champ from last year, Chattanooga Prep. They beat the Division II AA champ of a year ago, Briarcrest. They played Division II AA runner-up Brentwood Academy. I mean, you name it in the non-district. Hillsboro as tested as you can get for a team that entered this year with the goal of a state appearance.
Love that switch up there out of the timeout. Coach Three comes out, goes more with a zone look. Kind of an extended 1-3-1. Now they'll go back to their traditional man-to-man, but I like the changeup coming out of a timeout.
Here's Jamel Madison, guarded by Graham Howard, and some contact there by Cortez Graham Howard. And he's going to pick up his first foul. You can see he does not love that call. Second team foul against the Burroughs. William Livingston gets it right back and scores.
Tough. Nice left-handed finish there. Nice give and go. Kind of an old-fashioned, old-school play.
Now Bertner banging inside, and that's a foul against Overton. And that's going to take us to our timeout. The Burroughs out to the early lead on the road at Overton. 7-4 Hillsboro. We need Emily on this side so she can get out of it.
You got to step out there.
They've just got so much size. You see them in person,
Yes.
and I mean, how many high school lineups can match up with that?
None. The only thing that may get them would be a primary ball handler. You're playing a Memphis.
A 7-4 lead early here at Overton for Hillsboro. The Burroughs with 4:50 to go in the opening quarter, coming out of the huddle. 2 state tournament appearances in the last 5 years for Rodney Thweet and Hillsboro. We've got 9 seniors, and as he talks about not just the fact that they're seniors, he says this is a rare group of kids. The way they work together, the effort they put in, how seriously they take practice. He said this group is just as special as it gets, beyond just the individual talent. They play and believe as a group. It's pretty cool. Bertner off the mark. Graham Howard couldn't tip it in. Washington trying to keep it alive. And it's going to be a jump ball. And that'll be Overton ball.
That Max Bertner shot, they're posting up in the modified post. Nice little fadeaway. Reminded me of his father, Wes Bertner, who was a tremendous player for Belmont. Coach Rick Bird played for many, many years. Big-time player, scored over 2,000 points here at Belmont.
Bertner's their team leader in made threes. Here's Livingston. Inside, outside. Nice offense by the Bobcats. That's McLemore.
That was just beautiful. I mean, it started with hitting the cutter, getting 2 feet in the paint, off the pass. Nice find for the three.
Washington got it. The answer for the Burros, and he's on the board.
Beautiful shot. Nice little lefty stroke from that left 45 wing.
He is 41% from downtown. Xavier Washington. 10-7 Hillsboro.
You said it, Jeff. That Hillsboro team, they shoot 37% collectively from three, but they have many players that are over 40%.
Offensive rebound. They'll need some of those tonight. Here's Madison now. Nice pass inside to McLemore, and the Bobcats have come to play.
That was nice. Wesley Howard gets the basketball at the top, kind of facilitates and hits that back door. McLemore for a layup.
Both teams shooting it well to start. Looking very crisp.
Playing hard, too. I mean, just physical competition. Really, really nice execution even we've seen in the half court is this right here. What a great backdoor cut. If you're overplayed, you get to the three-point line, just go ahead and cut back door. McLemore with that nice backdoor cut.
And he's the one who picked up the foul, his first. Tyron Fisher cut off. So they're open on the weak side. Holland again, the sophomore getting the start. He's got 8 points in the first quarter.
8 points and no misses. 2 threes and a 2, 8 points. Already quadrupled up his average on the year.
Hey, you want to crack a senior lineup, you better make shots. He's coming for Jalen Hurd's job, I think, here in this lineup. Senior guard with an ankle issue. Hurd out tonight. Been dealing with it over the course of time here these last couple of weeks. McLemore got caught. Here's Holland trying to go inside to Washington. Washington does get the pass and then draws a foul on the way up.
That was a great job by Washington to go back and get that loose ball. Picked it up and made something out of nothing drawing that foul. But you can see this one right here. I love this play. The use of the skip pass across to Lonnie Holland. His ball has not even hit the rim. Both baskets have just stripped the net.
Washington misses the first. Riley Minas will check out. And Preston Stewart, a senior guard, checks in for the first time tonight for Overton. Xavier Washington waiting for one more. He's got a lot of Division II and junior college interest, an offer from Cleveland State, among others. A 3-year starter in a lineup that's got 4-year starters in Tyron Fisher and Cortez Graham Howard. Washington, 74% at the line, makes 1 out of 2. And the Burros have a 14-9 lead.
After that free throw set up in that 1-3-1, using that length, and it really makes those passes awfully difficult to catch for Overton.
Trap in the corner on Stewart. Triple team, it's out of bounds. And it is staying here. Bobcats may have caught a break.
You definitely don't want to go into that corner.
No.
Use those two defenders of a sideline and a baseline with that length. You're going to be in trouble.
McLemore gives it back to Madison now.
Stay in that 1-3-1.
Madison, a guy that they feel really embodies the unity of this team. Good decision maker, only a junior, running point right now, trying to find a lane. 90 seconds to go in the quarter and a 5-point lead for Hillsboro.
So active, so long. Look at those arms. I love seeing Bertner play with his arms up.
And the finish inside for Livingston. Right place, right time. He's got 4. Fisher. And that is a blocking. They love to try to take the charges. It really embodies what John Hobson is all about. They got several guys who've drawn multiple. That time they thought they had it. Let's see, Coach Maddox.
Ooh, that's close. Maybe because he was leaning a little bit before the contact, the official gave the offense more of the advantage there. But I love seeing a stat sheet, and you know you got a defensive-minded coach when you see charges as one of the line items in their box score. So good.
Fisher rattles in the first one. John Hobson talking to Jamel Madison. Fisher only 37% at the line. He also has several junior college offers. Makes them both, and it's 16-11. Bobcats trying to keep that ball moving. Nice pass inside Livingston. They're going in and out.
We talked about 10, 12, 14, even 15 passes on a possession. Coach Hobson said they would feel totally comfortable playing that way.
McLemore up and under and around and in for Taj McLemore in a 9-point opening quarter.
Beautiful finish. The dipsy-do, kind of a double pump to finish there at the rim. Just a beautiful, beautiful finish.
Here's Holland, the sophomore. Back cutting for Bertner, who lays it in.
Beautiful. Overton's got to work quick. 6 seconds left in the quarter.
Madison takes a peek at the clock. He's on the drive, throws it up, no good. Bertner the rebound, and that will take us to the end of a very entertaining first quarter here in Metro Nashville. The Burros and the Bobcats getting up and down tonight. It's 18-13 Hillsboro at the end of one. But Taj McLemore and the Bobcats hanging in.
McLemore has 9, right?
Yes, yeah. I got McLemore 9.
4 for 5. Lonnie Holland was, what, 3 for 3?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
They're shooting identical percentage. It's just the three-point shot has been the separator.
That was a good first quarter.
That was a great first quarter.
I really like the way they're moving it.
I agree. Been great competition.
Even in like long possessions, Overton zipping it all around. I like that ball movement.
I mean, well coached.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they're well coached.
Yes.
Both
like they have a plan.
Yes.
They're not just out here kind of like, well, hope we make some shots and hold it.
Right.
Welcome back to Overton High School. Jeff M., Drew Maddox, and our wonderful My TV 30 crew here with you in Nashville. 18-13 Burros over the Bobcats. Both teams were 6 for 11 in that opening quarter. Drew, a lot to like. What'd you like the most?
I love the pace. I love the execution. The paint play of Overton and the three-point shot of Hillsboro. Just beautifully played basketball thus far.
Drew Hull is in the lineup right now for the Burros. We saw him miss a 3 from the top. Terrific baseball player. Elijah Brown in the lineup right now for the Bobcats. Here's McLemore. Terrific night so far. That one's short, and Fisher's got the rebound for Hillsboro.
McLemore's been fantastic. 9 points in that first quarter.
Bergner with no hesitation.
Bergner can really shoot the basketball. 6'6" senior. Once again, his dad, Wes, was a tremendous player, inside-outside player. But, man, Max Bergner can shoot the basketball.
30th made 3 of the year, and he's 45% from downtown. Hillsboro approaches their lineup as positionless. And we've got a jump ball, it looks like. And it's going to stay at this end with Overton.
These teams compete. That ball goes on the floor, and it was everybody that was even close to the basketball were diving for that loose ball.
There's Rodney Thweet again. As he talks about positionless basketball, there's a couple layers to it. First of all, he talks about how it benefits the kids and their potential to play at the next level. They're not married to be in the 5 or the 2 or the 3. It also then defend.
Yeah, and I think the other piece to that, to your point, Jeff, is at any point, whoever gets the rebound or you get a steal, you're not looking for a point guard. Any of the players can enter the possession, and it continues to feed that pace that you hope to play.
Preston Stewart with a traveling violation, so the Burros get the ball here, leading by 8. 90 seconds into the second quarter. We mentioned it in the open. This Burros team has not lost a district game in 2 years. They were 10-0 last year, part of a 23-5 overall record before they got knocked off in sub-state by Brentwood. And they have not forgotten that game, and it has fueled their offseason and the start to this year. Cortez Graham Howard missing that 3. He had an ankle issue in the sub-state game last year. Tried to battle through it, but they were a different team, and they got knocked off by the Bruins. And they are the best team in this area in the latest 4A poll. Only Bartlett and Whitehaven are ahead of Hillsboro in the latest poll. Later tonight, we'll bring you the Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. Overton ball down by 8. Josiah Claiborne giving it to Preston Stewart. A couple of reserve guards in there right now for Overton, as we almost got a greeting at the table here, and Cortez Graham Howard gets fouled at the other end by Preston Stewart.
Almost got taken out over here, Jeff.
Drew Maddox's agility just got tested, and it's on point.
Did you see if I was going to be a willing charge taker right there?
You were ready. You were ready. And John Hobson would have appreciated that.
That's right. I love that pass right there from Washington up to his teammate, Cortez Graham Howard, who gets that free throw. But I love seeing unselfish play, particularly in full court transition. When you pitch the ball ahead to your teammate, it just speaks to the unselfishness of the culture.
Graham Howard, a North Alabama signee. He misses both free throws. So still an 8-point game. McLemore, the long 2, short on it. Rebound inside, though, and the putback is good for Brown. Elijah Brown is big for them. He's a reserve 6'4" senior and brings most of the height that they have when he's in the game.
Great length there. That's a big finish. And you see Bergner again. Second three-point make on the night. What did you say? 47% on
45,
the
yeah.
45%.
Well, now probably 47.
Yeah.
And there's Brown again.
Brown with back-to-back baskets. He'll get to play a lot tonight with this length from Hillsboro.
Yeah. Here's Bergner again. Short on it. And then a foul in the backcourt by Drew Hall. And we will take a timeout. The Burros and Max Bergner having a night so far. Up 7 on the road in Nashville. Stay tuned for the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. We'll showcase the UA Local 572 Scholar Athletes. We'll have a special interview with John Overton Assistant Principal Kevin Agby. First half highlights and more all coming up during the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. Bart Durham, you deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. Hillsboro with the lead, 24-17. Overton's got the better field goal percentage, but Hillsboro's hit 5 threes in this first half, including a couple by Max Bertner. And so they've got the 7-point advantage right now. Bobcats ball.
Two threes from Lonnie Holland. 2 threes from Max Bertner.
Riley Menas missing that 3-point attempt. Berger inside trying to get position. He's got it, and he draws a foul before the shot. Braden Doss was trying to make life tough on him. Such a size advantage in most areas for the Burros in this matchup. It's actually on Messiah Claiborne, not on Doss. Baseline out of bounds for Cortez Graham Howard and the Burros. Kyron Fisher on the take and the bucket. And an and one. A late whistle comes in, and Fisher's going to go to the line.
That's a big-time drive. Well, just watch how strong. Once he sees that the side is cleared out, Tyron Fisher drives the basketball, scores it. Great concentration to score it with the defender right under his feet as he elevated up to finish.
Riley Menas was trying to take the charge, but he was a little bit too deep. As Fisher converts at the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. 5 for Fisher, and now a 10-point lead for Hillsboro.
I feel like this is a critical little space now for Overton here, needing the basket.
And they don't get it, but they'll get free throws for Wesley Howard.
Good possession. I'm so sorry, Jeff. That was a good possession by Overton to try to just calm themselves down a little bit. A couple turnovers the last couple of possessions, but getting back to the free throw line, huge right here to get back on the scoreboard and to get your confidence going. Hillsboro was starting to create a little bit of energy with a little bit of a run there. Great job by Wesley Howard to knock both of those down.
Bodies to the floor. Good hustle by Claiborne. Up ahead to Menas for the layup. And they're right back in it.
Great hustle, back-to-back possessions. That was huge because we just said, felt like they were in kind of dangerous area there, and now answered with 4 quick points.
Cortez Graham Howard, 2 points so far. He's cut off, he fades, and money for Cortez Graham Howard.
How smooth was that? That was incredible. So smooth over 2 defenders.
The shot that'll serve him well at the next level, and then Fisher goes for the block and gets called for a foul, or at least one of the Burros got called for a foul. And it's going to be on Berger.
Watch this shot right here. Stops 2 defenders. Nice little fadeaway. Going over his counter shoulder, fading away from the basket, but still able to finish that with great confidence. Such a smooth stroke.
And so Howard is at the line here.
Did they call that as a goaltend or a clean block and a foul? That's what I missed all of that with the officials. It must just be 2 free throws.
Foul, yeah. Yep. Howard 6 of 10 at the line this year. He was at Father Ryan before last year, another guy that last year was new to their program along with Jamel Madison. Terrific football player, Wesley Howard, a wide receiver and linebacker, getting Division III football offers, including Capital University in Columbus, Ohio. Misses the second one. We got an 8-point game. Graham Howard pull up, and free throws coming. That mid-range game smooth for Cortez Graham Howard, and this foul is on William Livingston, his second.
So impressive to see him go from the bounce into his shot. And he's so quick right there to get that basketball up. And you can tell how comfortable he is in that mid-range.
70% free throw shooter. Their team is only 62%. But Graham Howard pretty solid at the line. Knocks them both down. He's got 6 points. Inside of 3 minutes before halftime. Although the clock is not running as I look at it. Yeah, they're going to adjust it a little bit here. John Hobson shouting out direction to his team.
Looks like Hillsboro is going to show more of a 2-3 look this half-court possession. So this is the third defensive look that we've seen from Hillsboro.
Howard out to Livingston along 2 and rebounded by Graham Howard. From one end to the other. That one tipped out. And it was no good by Fisher. And it's going to be going back the other way now as Overton turns it over. Later tonight, we'll showcase the Sonic player of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. 10-point advantage right now for the Burros. Pretty well spread out. 8 from Bertner, 6 from Graham Howard, 8 from Holland. He passes inside to Fisher, and a traveling violation is called against Tyron Fisher. Much to the dismay of Rodney Threet.
This is a great pass from Cortez Graham Howard, hitting that cutter.
Two 4-year starters playing together. They've practiced that and done that a few times over the years.
They have a fun relationship. You can tell just watching them interact with one another. It looks like they're just great friends, love playing together.
Well, and it feels like on so many other teams, Fisher would be the headliner. But he's, you know, whether it's fair or not or accurate, like he's sort of the Robin to Batman, even though they're both numbers-wise so good and so talented. And they're both going to play college ball. Howard, the kick out. Underneath, McLemore, it didn't fall. Bertner the rebound, and then a foul by Wesley Howard, and that's 2 now on Howard. With 1:26 to go before the half, and a 10-point lead for Hillsboro.
That's going to be bonus. That's their 5th foul of the period.
Elijah Brown's ready to come back in, but first Bertner's going to go to the line. Misses the front end, 72% free throw shooter. Yeah, that new rule a couple years ago, I don't feel like we see it a lot with the 5 fouls in a quarter where you get the bonus, but seeing it right here with 90 seconds to go.
High school basketball, you get 2 free throws. There's no more 1-and-1 situation anymore.
Graham Howard. Missed it out of the corner. Mel Madison has not scored in his first half. McLemore has been their leader. Here's Madison. And they let Brown grab it. Nobody took the rebound for Hillsboro, and the Bobcats converted.
Great job by Brown to get that rebound, kick it back out to his teammate. Madison able to knock down the repeat shot from the same spot.
Well, big points right there. Get it within 7. Graham Howard finds Washington. 30 seconds left.
Great execution. Great job by Fisher to draw the defenders and finding his buddy, Cortez Graham Howard, for the dunk.
Tyron Fisher averages 4.5 assists per game. To go at 9 points and 8 boards. He can do it all. Inside of 10 seconds. Here's Madison with 5 to go. Livingston throws it up. It's no good and rebounded by Bertner. Not exactly the shot Overton had in mind to close the half. They're within 9 as Cortez, Graham, Howard, and the number 3 ranked team in 4A go to their locker room with a 33-24 advantage. Burrows over the Bobcats by 9 at the intermission.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Hillsboro and the Overton varsity cheer team.
You're watching Overton Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through.
UA Local 572 and MyTV 30 Scholar Athlete of the Year.
You're watching Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through.
UA Local 572 and MyTV 30 Scholar Athlete of the Year is Lucas Pring from Nolensville High School, winning a $3,000 scholarship. Congratulations, Lucas, this year's High School Hoops Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Okay. You're watching the Bart Durham Injury Law Halftime Report. You deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. We're back here at Overton High School where the Bobcats trail Hillsboro 33-24. And so glad you're with us here tonight. And we're thrilled to be here at Overton High School for our high school hoops season opener this year. And joined now by Kevin Agby, the assistant principal here at Overton.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for having us. Fun night.
Yes,
what's
sir.
this like for the school to host us tonight and just the atmosphere overall in here tonight?
It's been great. You know, we've been competitive all year. Boys been steady, but the girls real competitive. We're very young, so the future for our program is very bright. Coach Hobson, Coach Gaines are doing a great job with the program, and it's going in the right direction.
What else is going on at Overton that you want to highlight right now? No shortage, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. I could go all night, baby.
You got 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But, yeah, we not only do we compete athletically, but we compete academically.
Yeah.
We have a great robust of events and different things that's going on in the building. This coming up 25th. Science Olympiad, we're hosting that, and that's where a lot of high school students come and compete with different experiments and things like that. We have 4 career academies here at John Overton High School: Health Sciences, IT, Air Academy, as well as engineering. Each week we have something going on for students. A lot of our students, we just recognized a lot of students who made 30 and above on our Instagram, so that's exciting. We just try to push kids to be the best and provide exposure in terms of internship, job shadowing, whatever the case may be. We're all about the Bobcats and pushing the Bobcat Nation.
Well, we appreciate you having us here tonight and for being our host. Overton High School receives a $500 charitable donation from our friends at Sonic and from MyTV30. So thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Kevin Agby, the assistant principal here at Overton High School, as we're at halftime where the Bobcats and the Burros have a good one going here in Metro Nashville. All right. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Yep. Short and sweet, baby.
Yeah, that's right. You nailed it. I think we're great. Drew, you need anything? You good? Hey, Drew. Overton first, and then Hillsboro with Overton. How are you, Susan? Good. (33-24) Hillsboro on top of Overton. As you watch the Bart Durham Injury Law halftime report, you deserve to be paid for what you've gone through. Jeff Hem and Drew Maddox back with you here in Overton's gym. So glad you're with us here tonight on MyTV30, our season opener of our coverage again this year. It's been a good one. We talked so much about pace and tempo in that open, and that implies that one team wants to play slowly. That's not the way Overton was playing it. They were crisp on offense, even if the possessions were longer. Absolutely.
I was so impressed. I thought both teams really executed. I thought they had great purpose and they had a plan for what they wanted to do. And to your point, whether it was multiple passes, hitting action, it was crisp, and it really showed up with the lack of turnovers that were even in the first half. Just great execution.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights, starting with the Bobcats, who are getting it from a few different departments. Taj McLemore with 9 in the first half. You see 3 ball from William Livingston. McLemore was tremendous in that first half, where Jamel Madison didn't have any points until the very end.
Yeah, McLemore with 9 points. You can see that three-pointer in the corner there. Most of his action came in the paint. Did a great job with 9 points when, as you said, Madison was unable to get going there in the first half.
And then for the Burros, Max Bergner and Lonnie Holland really stole the show there for a while.
He had 3 players with 8 points. Lonnie Holland, Max Bergner, and Cortez Graham Howard, all with 8 points. As you see Lonnie Holland, knocking down the big three-pointer as well. Went 2 for 2 from behind the three-point line as well.
And look at that comfortable shooting percentage on both sides. The three-point shooting really the difference. A lot of free throws for Hillsboro. After that, pretty even.
It was really an even. I mean, you look at rebounds, you look at all the action. It really just came down to the three-point shot and the separating factor at the free throw line. It was really the margin of what the first half presents.
So what do you imagine the second half conversation was at halftime? As we'll cover that on the other side. Hillsboro with a 9-point lead over Overton, as we will have the third quarter when we come back.
Because at Vanderbilt, once you're off camera, they shut it down.
Yeah,
that way you
right.
know.
That's why. I know.
Yeah. And when they stay here, that's why I'm always wondering, like, are we coming back?
That's where I was too.
Yeah.
Only 10? Quiet back there. Well, I peeked at the clock and I saw 90 seconds on the count. I'm like, oh, we're keeping it here. I didn't think we had another break. Oh, well. Nobody cares. I mean, I care.
This is what I was going to say. You're going to see some more zone.
Yeah.
Is what you're going to.
This was not updating for a while. I appreciate that you, when I was talking about the threes at one point, they had one. Set to start the third quarter here at John Overton High School in Nashville. Jeff M., Drew Maddox, and our great MyTV 30 crew. Glad you're with us where the Burros and the Bobcats have had a good one so far. Hillsboro ball to start the second half. And they've got starters on the floor. This number 3 team in the latest statewide 4A AP poll. Only Bartlett and Whitehaven ahead of them. And the Burros get a triple from Lonnie Holland, picking up where the sophomore began in the opening quarter.
Has not missed a shot on the evening. 3 for 3 from 3. Has made it 2 as well. 11 points, which I would imagine is a career high for him.
And he averages 13 minutes per game. He's already at that tonight. There's a response by Taj McLemore, who also had a great first quarter. McLemore's got a dozen now for the Bobcats, and we're off and rolling here in the third, just like we were earlier. But Lonnie Holland again starting tonight due to the injury of Jalen Hurd. It's normally a 5 senior starting lineup for Hillsboro, but the sophomore Holland getting some extra time tonight without Hurd. Madison the pull-up, and he got it, and wow!
Wow! I was wondering, why was he even stopping to take that shot, and then he stops from about 25 feet. Draws the foul. That's down the shot.
Wow. And he can get it to 5 now. And he does. 80% free throw shooter. And it's 36-31.
Back-to-back three-point shots from Overton.
And now the Bobcats man-to-man. Holland wants another one, and he's finally shown that he's human. Madison against Holland.
You would think it would have to be Madison or McLemore.
McLemore gets cut off. Madison, the step back. But he missed the J. Now Cortez Graham Howard sets up Xavier Washington, whose 3 is short. Riley Minas corrals the long rebound. Both teams played on Tuesday, their district opener. Hillsboro won at Hunter's Lane. Overton lost here to Cane Ridge. Livingston, the touch, it didn't go down.
He's good with
through, and it's out of bounds, staying with Hillsboro. Graham Howard into Burtner, and a foul inside against Overton. And that's on Madison.
Is that Howard with 3 on that last foul as well? Yeah.
And it's good for Fisher. 7 points now for Fisher, and he will go for the and one.
You can see what Fisher does here. Stays with the play, gets the offensive rebound. His 4th rebound on the game. He also has 4 assists, a steal, 7 points, just doing what he does, which is fill up the stat sheet and impact winning for Hillsboro.
Now 8 points. And it's 39 rather, 31. Madison gets around Holland. Graham Howard the rebound.
Outstanding find from Cortez Graham Howard. What a pass.
And we are inside of 5 minutes here in the third. Good start to the second half. Burroughs lead by 10, and they'll have Washington at the line when we come back after this beautiful dime from Graham Howard. Sure. Thank you.
That was a great pass.
Thank you. Hillsboro up 10 on Overton with Xavier Washington at the line to try to convert an and one. Rodney Thweet and the Burros with a 41-31 advantage. Coming in tonight at 16-4, 1-0 in District 11. Overton 7-7, and 0-1 in District after falling to Cane Ridge here the other night.
We talked about it going to that break, but what a pass in transition from Cortez Graham Howard, finding Washington there at the rim. Just a beautiful, beautiful pass.
He's got all the ingredients, doesn't he?
He does.
Just a well-rounded player.
I've really enjoyed watching both of these teams play tonight. Just play the right way and play extremely hard.
Graham Howard had it taken away by Madison. He averages close to 3 steals per game. Picks the pocket. Minas got the three.
Minas knew that one was going in. He stopped from about 23, 24 feet, shot that basketball and ran to the other end.
And then Bertner gets a foul call inside. Hanging around with Taj McLemore.
Started with the Madison steal in the front court and utilizing his dribble and finding his teammate, Riley Minas. That big three-point shot.
Bertner with his first free throw, 72% on the year. At the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Too strong on that one, and the rebound bounces out to Madison. Bertner taps it to himself and clears it away from Wesley Howard, who's playing with 3 fouls. Howard and Livingston both in there for Overton with 3 fouls. This loose ball is going to go out and stay here with the Burros. Later in tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic player of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. And a bit of a line change here. Speaking of those guys with 3 fouls, Howard is out, Livingston is out. And they'll bring Elijah Brown back in, along with Riley Minas, Messiah Claiborne, Taj McLemore, and now Camontes Holman, part of the lineup for the Bobcats. Tyron Fisher gets the foul call.
pretty good advantage to be able to have your 6'6" player receive a ball screen on the left wing and get into the paint. Something good's going to happen. Nice job by Fisher to draw that foul.
And Fisher converts the first one. He's 5 of 5 at the stripe tonight. Knocking him down nicely. 4-year starter and a matchup nightmare. Like a lot of these Burrows, he can play anywhere from the 1 to the 5. He kicked for Holland. No travel call. Holland, though, passes it to Claiborne. Claiborne swatted away by Fisher.
Wow, what a play.
And look out, here comes Graham Howard, and he's short on the stuff, but he drew a foul. Saw that dunk attempt coming a mile away.
Woo! Come on. How much athleticism are on the court tonight, as you see Fisher say, not tonight. That recovery block. And on the other end, Graham Howard is ready to take off.
He is ready. He does make the free throw for his 9th point of the game. And he got a bolt. Said double digits for Cortez Graham Howard. Average is just shy of 16 a game. And his team's up by 11 now. 3 minutes to go, third quarter.
Hillsboro back in that 1-3-1 with that length. It makes those passes look awfully difficult.
Now McLemore trying to find somebody. Here's Brown. Brown, nice pass to the other side, and it converts. That's Claiborne.
Brown has been very, very good. Great minutes in the first half, and you saw that pass along the baseline there with that nice assist.
Overton hanging around. Down 8. Holland misses the response. Claiborne. And that one too high for McLemore. Errant pass by Braden Goss, and the Bobcats miss an opportunity.
Beautiful job. Baseline drive. In that backside corner for 3. Claiborne with that nice sweet stroke in the left corner.
6 threes tonight for Overton. They need those. They're 28% on the year from downtown. But tonight, they are 43%. So they're making some of those perimeter shots that they need to make to be able to knock off this Burrows team. This foul's on Claiborne.
It's going to be 2 shots. They're in the penalty.
Yep.
Bertner should be going 2 shots at the free throw line.
Yeah, he knows it. Nobody else knows it, but Bertner is well aware that he gets to shoot these. Missing that first one. He's got 9 points. So Menas now has 3 fouls for Overton, just like Livingston and Howard. Claiborne and Madison have 2. Bobcats down by 9. Montez Holman on the take, but he couldn't finish it.
Nice drive. Unable to finish.
Now Fisher inside to Bertner, and the conversion didn't fall. Tip doesn't fall. Bertner trying to grab it. Falling out of bounds, finds Graham Howard.
Great hustle. Fisher and Bertner right there.
And knocked out of bounds here by Holman. 46-37 Burrows and the ball. Don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll showcase the Sonic drive of the game. Live free, eat Sonic. Cortez Graham Howard, an adjustment in midair to try to get the handle on it, and he airballed it out of bounds. left in the quarter. Bobcats down by 9. Holman, life tough from Fisher, turns it over on a 5-second call. And now a technical foul has been called against Cortez Graham Howard. Rodney Thweet getting an explanation about it. They're going to have Montez Holman shoot these. He's 9 for 13 on the year at the free throw line. And that's his first point of the night.
Holman, just a freshman, up there shooting big technical free throws.
He's only played in 8 of their 14 games. Got a ball. Palmery knocks him down.
Overton just down 7 with the basketball right
Every
here.
time it kind of teeters on that point, the Bobcats make a couple buckets, get something going their way. Now they get the ball here to try to close out the third. Claiborne. Out of the corner.
Great cut.
Goss. And the finish by McLemore.
Beautiful cut, and what a pass from Doss.
Now the Burrows turn it over. Boy, they were in a big hurry there, maybe unnecessarily.
Let's see if Overton will hold the basketball for one shot here with 30 seconds in the quarter.
Boy, the Bobcats have had some beautiful passes tonight. Both teams have, for that matter. The 5-point game right now, 20 seconds left. McLemore, no double dribble call. Claiborne falling down. Here's McLemore. Yes!
Great execution again from Overton. Hillsboro needing to work fast. 7 seconds left.
Fisher. And an offensive foul against Tyron Fisher.
Brown stood in there and took that. He has provided some great minutes tonight.
We talked about Overton trying to take charges, be opportunistic on defense. Elijah Brown making a play. 3 seconds, long heave, and it's off the rim, no good. Braden Doss almost got it down. Now the clock was having an issue. Right now, the clock is at .5. Hold on a minute. The clock's at .5.
They're calling a foul, I believe. It happened on the off sideline away from the basketball.
The clock, I'm not sure, with 3 seconds started right away or might have gotten stalled for a second. The officials, I think, expected the clock to be at zeros, and they may go that route, but right now in the gym, quarter is over. They're at the scorer's table, and we're close enough that we can tell they've ruled the quarter to be over. Okay, so the clock ran out before the foul was called. Good work by the officials to establish order. And the Bobcats +7 in the quarter. We got a 2-point game as we head to the fourth in Nashville. Yeah, you were counting me down. I was like... Boy, it's been a heck of a game. It's been fun,
Yeah.
man. This has been good stuff.
3-point shot in that quarter
Yeah.
for Overton.
Yeah, I wish I could separate it by quarter.
Yeah, I think they were 2 for 8 at halftime, so that would have made
Who do you like for Holland or Graham Howard?
probably Graham Howard.
Trying to pull off the upset here at home in Metro Nashville. 2-point game as we start the fourth quarter. Overton facing some pressure here. And they get it into Messiah Claiborne, who sets it up.
This is a 3-point shot, led to that 7-0 run at the end of the third quarter, but you see another back cut. The 3-point shot has been set up by those back cuts. It's really creating some problems for Hillsboro on the defensive end. Overton continues to execute at a high level.
Tied at 46. Bergner going to work inside. Short on the shot. Second opportunity, draws a foul. And Max Bergner has been busy tonight, is, I think, going back to the line. He's trying to convince the officials that was a shooting violation. He's not going to win that argument. The foul is on Elijah Brown.
Jeff, we got a tied ball game here in the fourth quarter.
This has been a terrific game. Turnover, but Brown lost it. They give it right back. Holland, the big night, does not continue on that one. Hillsboro really clamping down on defense here. Brown on Bergner. That would have given the Bobcats a lead for the first time since the early minutes of this game. The take by Fisher and one.
Big time finish. Hillsboro needed a basket too. It was a 9-0 run that was ended right here with this drive. A powerful finish. Fisher able to go to the free throw line to try to complete the and one.
And Lonnie Holland is going to the Hillsboro bench in some agony. They're looking at his left leg. He's right near us. We've got a good view of it.
It's like a cramp maybe, I would think, in that left calf.
Fisher misses. Cortez Graham Howard, the putback, and the Burros trying to establish order here. 4-point swing. Now Claiborne. Rebounded by Fisher. Here come the Burros. Bergner thought about it. Veteran Burros team, senior led in so many areas. Here's a 4-year starter with the ball right now. Washington got around his man. Gets it back, pops the three, you got it.
It's an experienced team that tied basketball game and answered with a 7-0 run now, up 7 points, 53 to 46.
And a timeout taken by Overton.
This is a veteran team. They slowed the pace down. They wanted to make sure they got the shot that they wanted. Cortez Graham Howard does a great job of driving and finding Xavier Washington on that left wing for the 3-point shot.
They could have taken a shot about 5 seconds into that possession. It ended up going about a minute.
We thought others were going to take a shot. And it just shows to the veteran leadership and the experience. You know, it goes back to, once again, 46-46. Go back 3 possessions. Fisher with the drive and finish. He misses the free throw. Cortez Graham Howard gets their 12th offensive rebound for Hillsboro, puts it back in to get 4-point lead, and then the opportunity down here to be a little bit more deliberate, a little bit more patient to get the exact shot you want for that Washington 3-point basket.
So a 7-point lead and a 7-point run after Overton did all that work to tie it up. Take me in the Bobcats huddle here. How they try to calm the waters.
You got to make sure you get the shot you want. Run your offense. There's still plenty of time. There's 6 minutes in this basketball game left. And what's been interesting is it's been a lineup that has not been the lineup that we thought would be the producers of it. Madison was out of the game. McLemore was out of the game as well. It was this young group of players that led this comeback for Overton, but it looks like Coach Hobson's putting back in those experienced players for this possession.
Yeah, Madison back in, McLemore back in with Livingston, Howard, and Minas. It's their starting lineup on the floor right now. Drew Hall all over Will Livingston. A couple of terrific baseball players.
It's already about 7 passes on this possession alone.
Livingston, nice move inside.
It's that left hand finish. We've seen it now a couple of times where Livingston gets into the paint with that left hand.
He's a very good pitcher on the baseball team for the Bobcats. And there's Tyron Fisher sneaking inside. He's got 13 points now.
Fisher's a player. Understands how to play, impacts the game in every statistical category. Great cut to get that finish.
And Drew Hall on the steal. And he lays it up and in. His first basket of the night. He is fired up, and his team leads by 9.
Love the passion and the fire from Drew Hall.
A catcher, Division II baseball signee to go to King University in Bristol. 11-2 run now for the Burros after Overton tied it up. Minas, that would have been huge. They do get the offensive rebound. McLemore's putback doesn't fall. Four and a half to go. Burros getting all they can handle tonight. McLemore the rebound. A 3 for Livingston. McLemore the other offensive rebound. Now the air ball's one. It's loose inside. Howard grabs it. And there's Cortez Graham Howard.
Great hustle. Looks like Cortez Graham Howard may have hurt his knee, but he's favoring his knee. Maybe a cramp in his quad.
And a timeout taken by Hillsboro. It'll become a full media timeout. 57-48 Hillsboro. We'll check on Cortez Graham Howard during the break. Burros lead by 9. Look at Fisher's line, though.
I think Fisher is your player of the game, don't you think?
Yeah.
We need to change it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. 2.
Yes. Just every category.
9 boards, 4 assists.
9 rebounds.
I wonder if their stats are wrong, too. They've got him as a 37% free throw shooter. He's looked good at the line tonight, too.
Had that highlight block down here on this end on that transition.
Have we mentioned that he's their leader in rebounding and assists?
Yeah, I mentioned it
at the wild combination.
At the top
yeah,
end.
you did, actually. Yeah, that's right.
And all, I mean, assists, steals, and blocks.
That's right, you did mention. Rodney Thweet and the Hillsboro Burros leading 57-48. Now Cortez Graham Howard still rubbing his right leg a little bit. It certainly looked like they were trying to work out a cramp for him, and he's staying in the game after he had hobbled to the sideline. We saw Lonnie hobble. They have to go in the game. Burros lead by 9. Backdoor. Graham Howard draws a foul against Riley Minas. That's 4 on Minas.
It's a great call out of the timeout. We saw that the very first possession of the game after the jump ball. They ran it to the left side this time. You got Cortez Graham Howard on that nice backdoor cut.
I know you've talked, Coach, by how teams look out of timeouts.
Yes, I love seeing those adjustments. One, I love seeing an offensive play call, but I also love seeing defensive adjustments. Throwing a curveball coming out of timeouts where you spent 60 seconds talking about one thing and then you give them a presentation of another.
18th year at Hillsboro, 24th overall for Rodney Fleet. John Hobson on the other side, year 7 at Overton. Bobcats are down by 10 with the ball and 3 minutes to go.
Great
nice pass inside. Howard didn't get it down, though. Here's Tyron Fisher.
Close to a double-double with 9 rebounds.
Xavier Washington now, one of the many seniors. Bertner over to Graham Howard. Offense free and easy, interchangeable parts for the Burros, dealing without Jalen Hurd tonight. It's been a lot of time for the sophomore Holland. Put back, and there's Fisher, and there's the double-double. 15 points, 10 boards. He's also got 4 assists.
It's 4 double-figure scores for Hillsboro.
And they're just north of their season average in points per game. They've opened up a 12-point lead. This game was tied at 46 a blink of an eye ago.
Another turnover.
Washington lost his footing. Bertner couldn't get the follow. Tried again. And it's off the hands of Washington, out of bounds. Max Bertner hobbling a little bit as he heads back down the other way.
Those offensive rebounds have become a real separating factor here in the second half. Now Hillsboro up to 14 offensive rebounds and plus 9 in total rebound margin.
Their length just wears you down. As we take a look at our Sonic drive of the game, live free, eat Sonic. Burros right now enjoying a 12-point lead inside of 2 minutes. And our Sonic drive of the game involves the Burros, Tyron Fisher.
And that was the play. It was 46-46 when he drove that basketball with great force, scored a group contact, and it was that play that really has been the catalyst of this 14-2 run here in the second half. In the fourth quarter.
You mentioned all the categories where he leads their team. He gives them 3 steals per game. He's also blocked 20 shots on the year. Just a matchup nightmare. Tyron Fisher, a 4-year starter. He's got a lot of JUCO offers too. Walter State, Motlow State. One of many Burros who's going to play some college basketball in some variety next year.
15 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. And I think the best play of the night for him was that highlight block in transition to save a basket. And that's when the energy of Cortez Graham Howard, he tried to go up and get that dunk on the other end. And I think that was really an energy surge for this team.
There's Fisher. 6'5" senior in this positionless lineup where he can run the point, he can play center, and anything in between.
Another adjustment out of a timeout with the 1-3-1.
And the Bobcats got to go. They're down 12. They're trying to figure out how to approach this, it feels like.
That's what that 1-3-1 does. It makes you be a little bit more deliberate. You play more east-west. Use long passes side to side because it's difficult to find those gaps with the length of Hillsboro.
So why the 1-3-1 instead of, for example, the 2-3, which they've used tonight?
Yeah, because what you're trying to do is really protect the paint. In a 1-3-1, there's no gaps in the middle of the floor. They're going to utilize their length to get out to the sidelines and really play to their personnel strength.
And they forced the Bobcats to use a timeout here, trying to get the ball inbounded. John Hobson's got to get the marker board out.
So you bring up a great point, Jeff, because sometimes when you go to a 2-3, you're vulnerable in the middle of the floor. And so what they're trying to do is make sure that they're allowing Overton to play side to side, push them out to the sidelines, and bet on your length that you can cover up any gap.
Bobcats have hit 7 threes tonight. And they need some right now, down by 12. This game was tied at 46, and now it's a 14-2 run for Hillsboro. Jamel Madison trying to get it in, finds Brown, gets it right back. McLemore was open. Now he's going to drive it and draw a foul. Let's see if he will get free throws. He will. Taj McLemore will go to the line. He's had a great night. He's got 17 points to lead the way for this Bobcats team. He's got 6 boards. He's hit 3 threes today.
Got off to a great start, too. What do you have, 9 points, I believe, in the first quarter alone.
Yep. Bobcats have given them all they can handle tonight. But the Burros in command late here. McLemore misses them both, and Bertner had the rebound. Fisher ends up clearing it. Burros are the number 3 team in Class 4A in the statewide poll. They've had 2 state tournament appearances in the last 5 years. They've got their eyes on another one. Their program's had quite a run over the last several years. Really started in those kind of pre-COVID years. J.P. Pegues was one of their great players. Went on to Furman, hit the buzzer beater in the tournament 2 years ago against Virginia. He's now at Auburn. And then a couple years after that, you had Cortez Graham Howard and Tyron Fisher as freshmen. And now 4 years later, they've had so much success in their varsity career. Again, no district losses in the last 2 years, and they're on the brink of being 2-0 this year in District 11. Graham Howard not happy that he missed that free throw. He's got 13 points. Fisher leads them with 15. You mentioned the 4 in double figures. Holland with 11, the sophomore getting a start tonight. And then Bertner with a couple of big threes in the first half. He's got 10. And for the Bobcats, their only double-digit score is McLemore with the 17.
Hillsboro's a great job of time and score basketball.
And that's not always easy. Some teams, if they're used to winning a lot of games and being up, 15, 20 points, when they've got to kind of grind it out at the end and not shoot it and just kill time, they struggle.
And they do not. They look very comfortable. Yep. A lot of that is experience, but a lot of it's culture. It's programmatic success. It's buying in and owning the values of what the program is about. And 18 years, Coach Threet's just done an incredible job there at Hillsboro.
Graham Howard at the Tennessee Homebuyers free throw line. Sell your house the easy way with Tennessee Homebuyers. 15 now for Cortez Graham Howard. You see Rivers Pope coming in for the Bobcats. McLemore's night is over. Brown comes out. They've got Olamide Olakunle in the game as well for Overton. 15 in white in the paint. Bertner comes away with it with 20 seconds to go. Girls will spread it out, and they are going to hold on. If you look at this final score, you would not realize that it was tied at 46 at one point in that fourth quarter. And Hillsboro closes the game on a 17-2 run. And the Burros take down the Bobcats 63-48.
Yeah, 46-46, and then that big run. I mean, that was the difference. It was experience, it was length, rim. That's what we saw from Hillsboro.
And we will talk to that man, Rodney Thweet, when we come back. The Burros go to 2-0 in District 11. The Bobcats gave them all they could handle tonight. They're 0-2 now in District 11. A 63-48 victory for the Burros. And we'll talk to them when we come back here on My TV 30. you go. Yeah.
Can you get those guys?
Drew, do you hear me?
Come on over here. Hey guys, congrats. I got you.
Okay. Where the Hillsboro Burros have taken down the Bobcats to go to 17-4 on the year, 2-0 now. Scored Overton 17-4 in the fourth quarter. A lot of that was from Tyron Fisher. He is tonight's Sonic Player of the Game. Live free, eat Sonic. Fisher with 15 points, 11 boards. He had 4 assists. He was 5 of 7 at the free throw line. Look at that final line for one of the many seniors on this Burros team. A matchup nightmare. It makes them so dynamic, is what Overton coach John Hobson talked about with us regarding Tyron Fisher. Can play the 1, can play the 5, leads them in so many categories, and his big night takes them to a 15-point win. And let's go over to Drew Maddox, who's with Rodney Thweet and the Burros.
Hey, I'm here with Coach Rodney Threet. Congratulations to Hillsboro tonight with a big victory. Coach, talk about, it was 46-46. You guys go on to have a big fourth quarter, outscoring Overton 17-4. Talk about the adjustments you made in the fourth quarter.
We didn't. We just said forget about the first 3 quarters and play basketball, play Hillsboro basketball fourth quarter. You know, we talked today about slippage that happens this time of year, and we saw that through the first couple of quarters, especially defensively. But they know what to do, and they were able to pull it back together, stay composed, and come out and play the right way in the fourth quarter. But give a lot of credit to Overton. They forced a lot of that.
Sure. You talked about, when we were on the phone yesterday, the difference of going from really good to great. And there's a gap that exists. Talk about what you're looking for out of this team.
To get that last push is just something that we're going to have to grow into. And you know how hard that is. You've been there.
Very, very hard. Coach, 9 seniors in this program. I know how much they mean to you. Talk about how special that group is.
I'm just enjoying the moment. I'm just trying not to take it for granted. Be here, be present with them every game, and just enjoy looking at their faces in the locker room and watching them play. It's just been a joy to see them go through these 4 years being Hillsboro Burros, and I'm proud of them. And we're just glad I got more time with them.
Well, Coach, congratulations once again. Here's your trophy for you and your Hillsboro Burros, and best of luck the rest of the season, okay? Back to you, Jeff.
All right, thank you. Congrats to the Burros, and that's our Josh Houston and Associates Coach's Corner for our trophy presentation. Josh Houston and Associates, your one-source scholastic product experience. The Burros go to 17-4. They are 2-0 in District 11, while the Bobcats go to 7-8, and they are now 0-2 so far early in the district season. Burros, again, they outscored Overton 17-4 in the fourth quarter. The game got tied up at 46 at one point. Hillsboro closed the game on a 17-2 run. Overton had the great third quarter, and the Burros wear them down by the end of it for a 63-48 final. All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners, Sonic, South College, Bart Durham Injury Law, and UA Local 572, who through their contributions to the program make these games possible for you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, supporters, for their contributions to our 2025 high school hoops telecast. Tennessee Homebuyers, and Josh Houston and Associates. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support, Hillsboro High School and our host, John Overton High School. Don't forget to join MyTV30 Sports for our next exciting high school hoops matchup. It'll be next Friday night at 7:30 p.m. The Smyrna Bulldogs face the Wilson Central Wildcats in a District 7 showdown. Drew, Hillsboro ultimately wears down Overton in a very entertaining high school game that we got to be part of tonight.
I was impressed with both teams. I thought Overton obviously competed. They were scrappy. They were tough. I thought it was that young group that came in the third quarter that gave them a punch. But ultimately it was the experience and the length that was just too much. Hillsboro has all the pieces, I believe, to make a big March run.
They are on their way so far this year with the schedule they've played and now a 2-0 start here in District 11. That'll wrap us up tonight for Drew Maddox and our wonderful crew led by Steve Mann, Lee Scott, Travis Porterfield. It's Jeff M. signing off. Again, the final, Overton and Hillsboro down to the wire. The Burros 63, the Bobcats 48. Thank you so much for being with us, and good night from Nashville. You've been watching Sonic High School Hoops presented by South College on MyTV30.
All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners who, through their contributions to the program, make these games possible for you viewers at home. And we especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support. Hillsboro High School and our host, John Overton High School.
2-point shot for Hale. 2-point shot for Hale.